Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Let me embark with you on a journey from Macau. Yeah, we are in China right now. I want you to just put it in your head and imagine you are in China with me right now. And at this time on this island, Macau, we just embarked on a journey to Hong Kong. We are connecting Macau, a former Portuguese colony, to Hong Kong, a former British colony, guys, and we are on top of the ocean. This bridge, one of the longest bridges in the world, like it's connecting Macau and Hong Kong. We're traveling by bus. We decided to take the top deck, guys, so that we can have a nicer view, a nicer and wider view of this journey. So, like, this is so fascinating. Let's go, keep on watching with me as we keep going. And the only thing that I can just think of when, like, I'm coming from Africa and I just visited China, like, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I'm thinking, like, guys, all our roads are full of potholes back home. Like, some of our countries are being rated like the worst ever to drive in. And here we have China building such long bridges on top of the ocean. What could be the reason? Why are we failing to cover even a pothole in our country? But China is doing such amazing things in their region, guys. This is so mind-blowing. This is breathtaking. I need you to understand that this is literally like a freeway, as you say. It is like you call them a freeway, and we are on this other side, and the other side, you see the other cars going to Macau from Hong Kong. This is amazing. This is really beautiful. I want you to look at how slick this type of engineering is. So mainly when I'm posting such videos, I'm not posting for all generations. No, I love posting such type of videos for the newer generation, Generation Z, Generation Alpha, because these are the people who are holding the keys to the future. And when I post such videos for them, I want them to understand that while we are being locked in some of our countries, whereby we are being told things and all these fairy tales and the politics and whatever is happening, I need you to understand that there are some parts of the world whereby development is happening in these countries at such a rate which is alarming, which is like so futuristic. So futuristic. So I need you to understand that. I need you to understand that because China is doing some amazing. This is just some of the things that I can show on cam, but it's just a lot. Okay, it's just a lot. We can't even sell potholes in some of our countries, but see, China is designing and building bridges connecting countries, connecting islands in its region, like Hong Kong and Macau. If you Google this bridge between Hong Kong and Macau, you'll see what I'm talking about. And one thing about this place, China, is that, you see, every means of transport. If you check some of my videos, you'll notice that sometimes I'm traveling by boat, sometimes I'm traveling by air, sometimes I'm traveling by train. Everything is there. So efficiency, because if you want to have an efficient economy, you are going to need to have a good transport network. Okay, it's just like communication network. You need to have a good transport network because you need to deliver people from one spot to another. If you want to have the best tourism in your country, you are going to need to develop those systems, communication, transportation, so that you are able to move goods and services from one place to another efficiently, guys. But this is what most countries, especially in Africa, are failing to do for a reason that I don't know what could be the reason, but I'm telling you, China managed to change its situation, guys, and I know that Africa can do this. I don't want to name specific like countries like this country or that country, but I just know that all Africa needs help right now. Like all Africa needs help. It needs resuscitation. It just needs help. And I said I post these videos for the newer generation because I believe these are the people who have the power, who have the energy, who have the vision for Africa. And I really don't mind other groups of people. I feel like we failed these children because we really allowed some of these things, like countries look like they're unmanageable, but it's just because we are really like we didn't become part of building our countries. We just let it go because of fears and all these things, like to really like tackle some issues that matter in our country. So I'm impressed about China, and to be honest with you, as much as I can be so comfortable in China and love it here, all I can say is that, guys, I really want people to understand that I also have my heart back home with all the kids that are there. This generation Alpha, Generation Z, the generation of the sharp minds at the moment. Like, I know they want to change a lot in their countries, and I know after all of you guys have gone out of this country, out of this world, and you are dead, all the other old people, I just know those children are going to change a lot, because there's a lot of things that they don't believe in, that all you guys try to condition them in, because this generation will change a lot, the new generation. So I'm banking on them. So I'm posting these videos mainly to like try to let them understand how it's being done in other regions, and ask themselves, why can't we do that? What is it that we are lacking? So one of the things that I realized when I'm in China is that I realized that these people work hard. That's area number one. They work very hard in all the things that they do. It could be manufacturing, it could be food, it could be in the transport system, it could be wherever. I'm telling you, they work so hard, extra hard, and time for relaxing is really limited. As for China, when you visit China, the mainland China, when you're in China where President Xi Jinping, maybe I'm saying his name wrong, but in mainland China, when you are there is nothing like TikTok. There is nothing like YouTube, the way we watch it, it's not there like that. There is no WhatsApp, there is no all these other social media platforms, Facebook and all that stuff in China, unless you are using a what you call that, whatever you call it, I forgot it, I'll remember it. Yes, as long as you are using Chinese data and Wi-Fi, you are not gonna be able to connect to your regular social medias. The reason being, the kind of information we consume as a people is really affecting this generation. It's affecting the way they do production, the way they think, and everything. Is really not a common sight to see anyone doing any TikTok moves in China. It's not. That's so foreign. Like, you're not gonna see people stuck on TikTok in China. That doesn't happen. But people are factories. People are designing and manufacturing each and every day. I have visited China several times, and I can tell you that this is one place which is busy. I've been in Hong Kong, like, it's the same thing. People are so serious about their work. They work hard. The food industry, they don't sleep, they don't slumber. Each and every corner is a restaurant. And it can be in small scale, larger scale, everything is happening. So I'm just here to talk about this and inspire the younger generations for them to understand that other regions, other continents are really developing themselves. And also, this also happens when people decide to not to focus on the destructive part of life. Like, you notice, like, there are some of the regions whereby war is being the main thing that we are talking about. But one thing you need to understand, guys, is that we don't have time for war. There is no time for war. There is only time for development, and this gives each and every citizen a fair equality, like fair time, fair resources, fair whatever the necessity, the basic needs that a person, a human being needs, everybody gets. You understand? So we don't want such type of, you know, governing and all these things you're seeing in the world where people are just starting wars from all over the place. People, that kind of too much capitalism. No, capitalism is not all bad, but the too much of it whereby people just want to start wars and just fight and mass loss of human beings and all that kind of stuff, and people are supporting that and are loving that, are clapping to that. It's not what happens in China. China is built different, guys. China is totally built different. I know it gets involved in some of the things, but they don't put their 100% focus on there. It's mainly development. I've watched their channels, okay? They're cutthroat. Also, their channels are very selective. Chinese only, like, you know, like their niche. It's national stuff. But when you watch what they are showing on their channels, they're showing only development things that matters in their economy. That's what you are seeing. You're not seeing some dangerous people shooting each other and you know, killing each other for no reason. You are not seeing all that. So I'm just here to really teach and show you guys that, see, such developments like this one that you're just seeing right now, this is one of those developments that it doesn't happen if there's no maximum focus on everything. You know, this is you also see a lot of these experts from all these other countries. Name it Italy, if I'm not mistaken. They were French designers who actually designed this bridge here, and this is all imported labor as well, which joined forces with the local labor to create such a magnificent structure. Now, when you look at such kind of a thing, you realize how much even the politicians and whoever is responsible for this is doing their job. How many times in African countries are we giving tax monies to politicians and that money is never been accounted for? How many times in Africa do we have all these minerals being siphoned out of this, you know, of our countries, and the next thing, the projects are never completed. And it's funny, you don't have things like electricity in most of African countries. For what reason? Why are we living like that, guys? Do we really need to be like that? So you need to understand that some things need to be taken serious, and we'll be lying to each other and we'll say it's not possible to build our countries. No, it's very possible if we have the right mindset and the right amount of people who want good things for everybody. And we are not selfish, you know, about, you know, life. We're not selfish trying to get everything to ourselves, right? As you see right now, we are approaching. We're about to go under the sea, under the ocean, guys, underneath. This is where we're entering. We enter here, and it's about to be under the water. So we have water on top, water underneath. This is suspended. This bridge is suspended as we go right now. Like, I want you to understand how long this is gonna take for us to reach the other end. So this was actually embedded, like, put down, and then I don't know what they did, and then they made it be embedded in there inside the ocean. Now, how I call it dope. Like, how dope do you need somebody to be? Like, how dope do you have to be? Like, so I'm saying, why are we allowing ourselves to live in poverty? Why? You see, so it's all about our mentality, our minds, our collectiveness, like our collective thinking, our how we you see how we want growth for our countries and everything. When we avoid some of the things, if China can do this, why can't Africa do it? Why can't we have a train system that is connecting all these journeys, all these distances that are being done by roads, that buses come from South Africa until Tanzania? Like, why don't we have a very fast train system? Because China has all that. Why can't we have that, guys? Is it because what? No reason. You can't give me a reason and I'll accept it. I'll just tell you that it's utter nonsense that you don't, Africa doesn't have that. So I'm here to give it to you what other countries have. This is just like this is just like one of the few, one of the many things that I could brag about with China, and I have many things I need to show. If I show you the train system, you'll be like, wow. The train system for China, and if you see the SARS, like the stations, when they are exchanging, like passengers passing from here to there, exchanging trains and all that, if you see them, your mind will be blown away by the amount of systems you see of the rail alone. Now, talk about buses, talk about everything. If you see their borders, there is nothing like the amount of time you spend on your borders, all these countries where you go on at the border for like hours. It doesn't happen like that. Here it's a fast quick process because things have to be done and people have to go, and this is swift movement, swift everything. Like, so I'm sharing this video, like I'm gonna repeat this again, like for the newer generation Z, generation Alpha. These are my people that I know we change a lot. Like, I made a video where I was talking about how generation Z and Alpha, generation Z was born literally when Uranus was in Aquarius, and these are the chosen ones of the future. Like, these guys were molded in the Aquarius energy, and energy of computers, and energy of innovation, and energy of rebels. These are the rebels who are going to change, who are going to stand up and change Africa. And I really expect to see an Africa which is just like China, because there is nothing Africa doesn't have that we really need to see development in China, not in Africa. So I had to share with you this video so you can understand. Can you believe it that we are still under the ocean, guys? It's very cold in there, very, very cold. You can feel the temperatures drop to show you that you are under the ocean. Guys, this is exceptional. This is beautiful. This is out of this world. Did you see how many minutes we spend under the ocean traveling by bus? Right. So, but if when people tell you anything else about China, I understand that there's no place which is perfect, but I have all my faith in China. Like, I'm like, bring it on. This is the place where everybody needs to see. Everybody needs to see China so that they can know how to deal with their own place. If you haven't been to China, then you haven't grown, because China did it, and they did it in such a futuristic way that it's not. I don't think anyone has ever done it, because China, this is like a robotic country. This is like a place where it's living. China is living its own year. It's not living 2024. No, it's living 2040. That's China for you. It's so developed that way, and I'm so impressed. I am so impressed by this. So we are approaching Hong Kong now. We're already in Hong Kong and we're approaching the border post where we're supposed to change and catch another bus to our final destination. But before that, I'm just gonna show you some activity on the way there. Some island I'm hoping to visit soon where there's all this recreation of like some sky stuff happening. I don't know what you call it, skydiving or whatever. I just want to show you before I cut this video, but this is beautiful, guys. You tell me what you think about the whole video in this whole development. I'm gonna show you more videos about China when I show you the trends and everything, what's happening. That days and stuff I was talking about. I don't know what you call that, but I'm hoping to visit one of those islands soon so that I can have the ball. I'll be taking some pictures and shooting videos while I'm up there. By the way, there's a glass underneath this so you can be able to see. Now, thank you for watching.